Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys, that we have in store for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all know, the Golden State Warriors have been having a tough go at it this season. As you know, I believe Stephen Curry just suffered a pretty serious injury, I think to his shoulder or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And I think he's supposed to be missing quite a lot of games. As we currently speak, the Golden State Warriors are the number 11th ranked seed in the Western Conference right now, with 2 games below 500, with a 15-17 record. They're right there with the likes of the Lakers, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and these players. So they're not doing very well, right? And now that Stephen Curry has been out of the lineup, it has put more of a spotlight on players like Klay Thompson, Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and of course, Draymond Green, right? Now, yesterday, there was a nationally televised game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, against the Golden State Warriors, and I think, the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks ended up winning that game by almost 40 points. I think 38 points, if I'm not mistaken. It was an absolute blowout. Absolute blowout. And some people will say, well, Stephen Curry wasn't there, so what can you really expect, etc., etc., etc. And during that game, Draymond Green had a terrible game. And then, I believe during the segment on NBA on TNT, Charles Barkley, in a joking way, pretty much asked Draymond Green to his face. He's asked him basically, why isn't he being so aggressive on the offensive end? And then Draymond Green fired back at him. So what we want to do is, we want to quickly, play that exchange for you guys, and then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to that exchange here.
Dre, you're developing a really bad habit, man, of not looking at the basket. Do you think you're going to change your mindset? I know you're trying to get everybody involved, but we watched you last week. There was probably 10 to 15 times that you didn't even look at the basket. Are you going to be more aggressive offensively during this stretch?
Definitely, most definitely, Chuck. And if you actually spent some time watching the games, you saw last game I came out, started 3 for 3 from 3. I shot 15 shots last game. So I'm gonna need you to pay a little bit more attention, big dog. And I'm definitely gonna be more aggressive. But no, in all seriousness, I have to be. And understanding that when Steph's out there, you can chase a better shot. But when he's not out there, we got to take those first open looks that we get sometimes, because that's going to be the best one.
And that was exactly the same question, but I was going to say you did have 15 attempts last game. Are you going to continue that? So that was the exact same question I was going to ask, because I've heard you say this. Why would I shoot when I have the 2 greatest shooters in the basketball world ever? But now you don't. And so making those plays, how important, like you said, continuing that aspect?
It's very important, just for me to be aggressive. But I also understand, too, that, just because Steph is out, it's not a license for me to come out and just force more shots. In our offense, there aren't a bunch of sets for me to get open looks. That's how you get open looks. Quite frankly, Shaq, great scorer. Chuck, great scorer. But there's a lot of sets to get you guys open to make sure the floor spacing is right. Our offense isn't built like that for me. So I can't just go out there chasing a bunch of shots just because someone's out. But yet, when I do have my open ones, step in and take them and knock them down.
So you heard what Draymond had to say to Charles Barkley. Let's get back to Draymond Green's numbers from last night. I don't want to spend a lot of time on what Draymond Green says. I feel like you can get lost in the soup. I want to focus on what he's doing, because that's where the substance lies. In last night's game, Draymond Green finished the game shooting 60% from the field, which is excellent. The problem is he only took 5 shots. No problem. He shot 33% from the 3, but he only attempted 3. 0% from the free throw line. He didn't attempt any free throws, which is also indicative of him not being very aggressive, because if you're aggressive, you're going to get fouled. He finished the game with 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Finished the game with 7 points. With a plus minus of negative 14. That was Draymond's plus minus. If you look at him this season, Draymond Green, I believe, let me see, what's Draymond Green Draymond Green this season, I think he's played a decent amount of games for the Golden State Warriors. He's played 28 games this season. He's scoring 8.4 points per game, shooting 53.6% from the field, on 32% from the three, 70% from the free throw line, which is up from last year by 4%, getting you 6 rebounds, 6.6 assists, and 0.8 in steals and 0.8 in blocks. Some people say, well, those are Draymond Green numbers. Yes, they are, but these numbers are simply not good enough. Now, Draymond has a plus minus of 5.8. So when he's on the floor, he's helping them. But Draymond Green isn't playing at the level that his mouth would basically dictate. Draymond Green talks probably the most trash of any NBA player in the entire league right now. And for me, that's my issue. You see, it's one thing to call somebody arrogant. Usually arrogant people, some of them at least, are people that at least produce at a high level. They're successful. They're very good at what they do. So you can call them arrogant. I've heard that people say LeBron is arrogant. I've heard people say Kobe Bryant is arrogant. I've heard people say that Michael Jordan is arrogant to a certain extent. So you've heard that. But these guys are very accomplished people. But when you have people that are arrogant but that don't produce, these people are what you call delusional. Delusional people are arrogant and overconfident when they have no reason to be confident. That's the difference. Now, here is, a gray area I want to iron out now. I'm sure if Draymond Green saw this show, or maybe his supporter, they would say this. They would say, well, I'm successful because I'm successful at life. I think Draymond Green makes, last time I remember, I think he said he makes $20 million a year, $25 million a year. So he would say, I'm that way because I'm successful in life. Fantastic. But we know you for your profession, not for how much money you make. And if that's the case, if you're going to turn around and say, well, I'm successful because I make a lot of money. So basically you're saying that your production doesn't matter as long as you make your money. That's what the team wants to hear. That's what the team wants to hear. So you put up these type of numbers and the team will say, and you're going to tell your teammates, who cares? I'm still successful because I make $25 million. Is that what you're there for? Is that what you're there for? So I don't think you can use that excuse. I don't think you can use that excuse. You would never hear LeBron say that. LeBron has made all the money in the world. But LeBron will be judged on how he performs on the court. That's the difference. So you can't use the money argument unless you're just using basketball as a means to an end. To me, I'm not a fan of Draymond Green. I think he talks a lot. I think he thinks he's smarter than everybody when he's not. I think he thought he was doing something innovative by saying he created new media, which basically is basketball players analyzing basketball, which is unheard of to me because we already had that with Jalen Rose, Vince Carter, Shaq, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, Tim Legler, Jalen Williams, or Jay Williams, countless others. These guys were already analyzing basketball. So what's so innovative about it? And that's the problem. When you're very myopic, you think that your idea is the best thing since sliced bread when somebody else already did it. So to me, none of this really surprises me. I don't expect much more. What I expect from Draymond Green is to hear his mouth. That's what I expect. In the NBA Finals, we knew more about what Draymond Green was saying. We spent more time talking about what Draymond Green was saying than his actual performance. So that's pretty masterful on his part. But what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about this exchange? What do you think about some of my comments? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show.